Hello everybody, welcome back. It's a brand new week. I hope you're all set to have a fabulous week, and let's kick start it off with a Deal It Up challenge. So, gonna give my cards here a quick shuffle and let's pull our 3 prompts and then make something. So I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and did something fun. I had quite a relaxing day on Saturday. It was very quiet, just what the doctor ordered. I think needed a quiet day, running very short on sleep, so yeah, it was nice just to have a day of relaxing, watching some TV, catching up on some journaling, doing some 100-day project work, which was fun, and just chilling with my hubby. And then Sunday was church, and we had a church lunch, so that was nice, just going and hanging out. Beautiful day, beautiful and sunny and warm, and lots of good people to chat with, and it was just really lovely. And that was basically the highlights of my weekend, so quite enjoyable. Would be nice if I could get rid of this tiredness, but it will happen. Just takes me a long time to recover, and I've had 3 sleepless nights. Well, when I say sleepless, I mean 1.5 to 2 hours where I haven't been able to sleep in the middle of the night, usually like 2 o'clock in the morning sort of time, and it takes me a long time to recover, so probably be a week before I start feeling a bit more human again, but it's all good. I'm much more positive than one of my videos last week, which I'm sure you'll be grateful for. So I've refound my good mood. Ooh, okay, haven't had pastel before in this challenge, so we're going to be making a tuck spot. Going to be using paint and pastel colours. So you can combine these two and use pastel paint colours, or you could just use paint and then add some pastel colours, or even use pastel as a tool, so like a chalk pastel or an oil pastel or something along those lines. So there's multiple ways you could interpret that one. Okay, so first off I need some paper for a tuck spot, and I'm going to be painting, so maybe just a book page or something. Oops, knocking things over here. So I'm just going to dive into this cookbook, old cookbook. It's a center of a signature page, so let's just tear the whole thing out. Here we go. So I'll use that as my base, or a bit of this. Paint, what have I got handy in terms of paint? Not a lot actually. Just let me have a wee look. I've got glitter paint. Well, it's called glitter paint, so I guess that could qualify. Okay, just bear with me a minute. I've got to grab down my container of test pots. So here we go, this container that lives on the shelf behind me, which I had to unbury. So down in the bottom here we have some test pots, and some of these are basically no good anymore, but we'll see what we can do. So I'll grab from those, so just pop them to the side for now. And pastels, not sure how we'll incorporate that, but let's just start with a base. So I've torn this page into 2, and I need to make sure it's going to fit on a page. So what sort of tuck spot would I like? Would I like a full page tuck spot? I'm thinking kind of just an interesting shape. Just wondering if I can get a bit funky. Let's give it a go. I want to reinforce the edge of the tuck spot, but I also want to have it crinkly sort of not straight edge. So I'm just folding the paper and then just running it backwards and forwards to try and give it a fun edge. I'm not sure if this is going to work at all. Whoops. In fact, it's feeling like it's not going to, but okay. You know, it's a good chance to experiment, and if it doesn't work, we'll just revert to something a bit more normal. I'm just going to rip that. So I'm gonna give it a go, guys. I am going to give it a go and see if this works. Alright, and it's a bit long, so it's, well, not by much, but we'll take a bit off. We don't need it full page, do we? Let's go about there. And I'm not going to use it the right way up, so we can perhaps do it on this side of the page. I'm not going to use this as my page that I'll stick it on. It's just one I grabbed, the first one I grabbed that I came to. So I don't know if you can see how I've given it sort of a bit of a curvy edge, and I've got all this bulk behind, which obviously we don't want, but we do want to keep some of it to reinforce the edge of our tuck spot so that it doesn't tear over time, especially because this is it's quite a soft sort of book page. So let's tidy it up a bit. So we've taken some of the bulk out. We can take a bit more out from the top here. A bit more there. And then squishing that down. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and make sure that all glues down. So I'm going to start by going right in under the edge. Hope this turns out, because I like the concept, but we shall see. If it doesn't work, this video might just go in the bin and I'll start again, but I'm game to give it a go. Right, now I'm going to push all that down, hopefully maintaining that interesting edge that we had, and then getting in the double layer where you've got those extra folds and just sticking those down as well, so that when you slide things in it doesn't get caught up, which is an area that I was worried might cause an issue. Just getting those little creases and folds glued down, so we're left with a nice, not exactly smooth, but snag free, I guess would be the word to describe it. Snag free edge for sliding our whatever we want in there. Just got a little excess there, let's trim that off. So there we go, there's the base of our little tuck spot, and I think that's rather fun. Oops, grabbing things out I didn't mean. So we can tuck in a journal card or a tag or something in there. So let's decorate it up. What paint? I do have this sort of pastel peachy colour. This pale, I guess you could call it a pastel beige colour. There's a pastel blue. And I think that's about it for the pastel colours. So I need a page to work on top of, so we don't get our metal painty. And I will need a paintbrush or something. And I haven't got any water out for cleaning my brush, so I'll need to move pretty quickly once I've done to get the paintbrush cleaned out before it all goes yucky. Now, that one is pretty much gone. It's quite solid. I don't think I'm going to be able to use that with a brush. Same with that one. I'm striking out here, aren't I? And yep, pretty much that one as well. Okay, let's try a palette knife and see if we can get something happening with this paint. I don't want to give up on the paint yet, because there's still quite a lot in these pots. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm just more or less scraping the paint off. Scraping it on, sorry. And then when I'm left with the dried bits, they can go in the rubbish. But I really like this colour. It's so pretty. I'm not going to cover the whole thing with paint. I'm just going to do areas. Oops. Just takes a little bit of grease, elbow grease, and determination to get the paint, some of it at least, to stick. There we go. I think that's, I'm going to call that good, because I've already met the pastel prompt and the paint prompt, so I could leave it at that. But you know, I'm going to see what I can do with this beigey colour. If I can dig down under the crusty top to where it might be a little bit more, I hesitate to say juicy, because I think this paint is well past being juicy, but at least a little sort of spreadable. Yep, managing to get some on there. I mean, if I was using new paints that spread really nicely, then this would probably be a shorter video. But, you know, I'm just working with what I had around me, and I don't want to throw this out yet. Like, I'm still actually getting something from it. So, oops. Don't want the crusty bit from around the edge of the paint pot, though. Definitely not as easy as good wet juicy paint. And some over here. Here we go. And let's try for that other one, even though it's also in a similar state. These are old paints, guys. I was given them, and I just, yeah, just don't want to throw them out. I'm going to get rid of this big lump of dried bit off the side, though. And this bit here's all not going to give me anything. Over this side, I think we'll be able to get something. Just trying to dig through the bits that aren't any good. Right, my poor palette knife is getting quite a bending. Interesting colour combination, but I quite like it. It's possibly not so pastel, this, but the blue is definitely pastel. So I think we're fine on the pastel prompt. Yeah, there we go. Very mixed media today. Oh, give my fingers a wipe off. Right, that's it. I'm not going to put you through any more paint drama. I still managed to get paint on my brush though, so I need to clean that. Right. What else would I like to do? Definitely want to decorate it up. I'm thinking some edging with ink would be a good idea. Oops, and I can feel some of that paint's not going to stick, so let's just rub it off. Little paint crumbs. Give it an edge. Give it some definition. Oops, that paint's, even though it wasn't really wet, I can still feel it's like on the damp side. It's quite surprising. But it's not so wet that it's transferring to me. So if you do use actual, liquid paint, then you'll need to wait for it to dry a little bit before you move on. But I guess the benefit to using this crusty up, dry, almost dead paint is I can pretty much go on straight away. Okay, so far so good. I'm trying to think what might work with these colours. Thinking maybe a bird. Oops. Flicking our little birds around. So you're too small, little bird. Let's find a bigger one. Don't mind you. I think you're a bit too blendy. You're too big. Oh, you're beautiful, but you're way too big. It's a shame. See, this one would be okay, but it's facing the wrong way. I'd prefer to face it into the page. So I'm not going to use him or her. What about the yellow bird? No, you're too big. What about you? Well, I quite like the way you stand out. Or you. Yeah, I think that one disappears a bit too much, but this one certainly stands out. A couple of dark birds. No, don't like those on there either. Grey bird. I'm kind of seeing if there's something in more pastel colours, because this fellow's quite bright. I mean, it doesn't need to be pastel colours. I'm just kind of testing options and seeing what else I've got, because I've got quite a few birds here. Oh, you're too tall. Oops, you're getting all bent up there, birdie. Definitely too tall. Ooh, that's what sold me, that one. It just fits really beautifully on that. And it does face the wrong way. I realise this, but I just think it looks cool. And it's a little wax eye. They've got two names here in New Zealand. They're called silver eyes or wax eyes. And I'm not sure if there's any difference like in region about what they're called, or yeah, they're just kind of interchangeable names. So this cute little wax eye. We have a lot of wax eyes here. They love our bottle brush bush out the front. If you don't know what a bottle brush bush is, it's this big bush that has big red spikes of flowers, and it flowers multiple times a year, and the wax eyes just love it. Unfortunately, the cats know where to find the wax eyes, so they'll hang out below the bush, and particularly if it's raining, if the birds, because they're only a little bird, if they get a bit waterlogged, then they often fall victim to the cats. But you know, for the amount of them we get out there, we don't get many of them having been caught. Not really, not statistically, because they're quite quick, flitty little birds. They flit around very quickly. But you can't blame the cats. I mean, that's what they do. They hunt. Just getting that little bit of paper out there. Okay, now do I want to layer it with anything? Oh, I love this little bit of leaf here. I want to pop anything behind. Thinking pestle. What have I got? Pestle. Without taking an hour to think about it. I don't know that I've got anything particularly pestle here actually, but I'm just going to have a wee fossick, just have a wee nap or something while I look. Oh, how about this? It's pink though, it doesn't really work with any of those colours. It is pastel, but it's kind of not the right colour. Here's some blue. Let's go with that. It's a pastel blue and white, sort of gingham type pattern. So let's pop a little bit of this on just to layer it up, give it a bit more interest. I'm going to take off the straight bits where it's been cut, give it a bit of an interesting shape. And can leave that one side. Oh. Yeah, just makes me happy, and there's absolutely no need to put it on, but it makes me happy. So that's probably the best reason to put it on. If it makes you happy, go with it. And it covers over some of this black too, which is still visible under the paint. Oops, still getting flakes of paint off. Right, I don't think I want to ink you up, birdie. So I'm just going to pop you on as is. So, very carefully. Do I want glue stick? I think I might use tacky glue just to get all around all the little bits without tearing anything, and to make sure it sticks on top of the paint. Lots of little fine bits on this birdie, and the branch and the leaf and his wee legs. So I've recently had a comment that these challenge videos are a bit long, and that's fine. I understand that that's their preference. I don't think they're particularly long myself. They're shorter than my standard video. But I would say if you are finding them a bit long, then the prompts are given right near the beginning. So within 5, maximum 10 minutes, you know, if I happen to be announcing something or talking about something else, within that time frame, you're going to get the prompts. So you could stop it there, go away and make something armed with the prompts. the rest of the video is me making to the prompts. So if you don't need to see that, don't want to see that, then just grab the prompts that you want to use that I announced right near the beginning, and then just go away and have fun and make them and watch some other video. You know, it won't offend me at all. Like, you do what you need to do. If the video, it generally between 20 and 30 minutes, these videos, if it's too long for you, then just watch the beginning, get the prompts, go away and make something, and it's all good. It's achieved the purpose, and you get to have a play with some creative prompts. So that's my response to that, is you don't need to watch the whole video if you're finding it too long. But if you want to stick around and watch the whole thing, then absolutely, I would love you to do that. And then I would love it if you let me know and said hi, left me a comment, thumbs up, something, and then I know you're out there and you've got my back. You're my people. Okay, and I think a little word or something down there would be nice. So it's the first time I've had a comment like that on a video, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's just, you know, I thought, well, I'd say that to you, that these challenge videos, the prompts are at the beginning. I'm just going to see what this little word strength. Yeah, I like that. Just a subtle little nice little word down the bottom. I think I'll ink it up. There we go, and there is our little tuck spot. So we made a tuck spot, we've used pastel colours, and we've used paint. So where's my journal? So my journal for the 13th. Okay, I've already got some stuff tucked in here because it's my wedding anniversary today, so I'm going to use this lovely heart. And I've got this sticker here that says love. It's probably the only one on here that would work, but I thought I might put those in here for today. And I think I'm going to add this in for my day as well. And then I don't know what I'll tuck in there, something from today. Tuck a little something in there. I could even turn that into a heart-shaped journal card. And that might be quite nice tucked in there rather than put it down straight on the page. Actually, I think I'll do that. It's a heart made with petals, and then it's got these petals sort of spilling out loosely on the top of the heart. But I think that'd be a fun little journal card, don't you think? Okay, let's glue this down. And then that will be the challenge complete. And we are at 28 minutes. Whoops, don't glue the open side down, that would be no good. So yes, 24 years of marriage today. It's pretty cool, I think. Okay, so we've got this fun edge. I really like that. I hope you give it a go and try something like that. Takes a little bit of fiddling. It's not as quick and easy, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then we'll just make a little journal card out of there and tuck it in there and write maybe a secret little love message on the back. What do you think? I think that sounds like fun. So there we go. That is the project for today. So I'll just show you the cards one more time just to remind you. So tuck spot, pastel, and however you want to interpret that, and paint. So there we go, guys. That's the Deal It Up challenge for this week. I can't remember what week we're up to, so it will be in the title. I'm sure I'll remember to put it there. Thanks for joining me today. Take care, and I will see you back for Trishcraft Tuesday. Okay, bye.